think what we're going to do now is we're going to jump back into that program again, and we're going to design up a small tray box that we can put together to be a bit of an organizer, I think, on top of the laser here, because I've always got magnets or something hanging around on the top. I'm forever knocking them off. So okay, we'll design it and we'll cut it out on the laser. Okay, so here we are in our box generator again. I think we're going to make a little tray to go on top of my laser. Actually, it's going to look something like this, but we're going to design it to what we want. So we're going to pick that. So I'm going to make a little tray. Not that one. No, so you can choose quite a few. Oh, that looks quite nice actually. Nah, not enough compartments. Yeah, that's better. So I'm going to choose this one. And you'll see there's all sorts of different things that you can adjust, to suit what you want for your little tray or box. So what this is, okay, this is the measurement 50 millimeters. So we're working in millimeters with this. 50 millimeters, and there's going to be 3 of them, and the same, so this would be like in the X and this is in the Y, so we're going to make them a little bigger than that because I got sort of big fingers. So I'm going to make this 75, yeah, 70. So make that 70 mil by 70 mil. 100 high, that's a little bit too much actually. We're going to go 60. I think 60. 60 would be nice. That's a nice size little tray, I think. 60, and so this is the inner wall height. And this is the inner wall height, and this is the outer. Okay, it's the first time using this for me as well. So we'll do this together. 60. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to leave this alone. Back at 0, where is 0? We don't want any grip, so I'm going to 0 that. And 0 that, because I don't want handles in it. The thickness is 3 millimeter. And like I said before, LightBurn doesn't recognize SVG files from this particular program. It recognizes lines, but you can't do any writing with it. We don't want a reference bar. That's no good to us at all. Now, we just want an ordinary straight corner. So we're going to alter that to just a straight general corner. We don't want any sort of fancy work on this. Now then, this is what we was working out in the first half of this video. Actually, what I've worked out is that 0.1 is okay. Because you don't want it too tight. You don't want the finger joints too tight, because there's got to be some room there for glue. If it's too tight, you just squeeze all the glue out. So it's like a weak magnet. So this is pretty good for my needs. Okay, let's generate that code. Okay, so I don't know whether you can tell down this bottom corner. There it is. So I'm now going to transfer that over to the computer that's running the laser, and we're going to set it up in LightBurn. Okay, so we've got LightBurn open now, and just file, import. Okay. Okay, so we're going to move that over a bit. Actually, what I'm doing here, I'm just using the arrow keys because I've got it all selected. I'm using the arrow keys on my computer, and if you want to rotate it 90 degrees, you just press the full stop like that. In my case, that is probably what I need to do. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there actually, because I think that's going to be fine for me. Actually, it needs to go over a little bit more, I think. Yeah, that'll do. Deselect it. So it's already come in at two different colors. So the blue needs to be cut first. So I'm going to move this. So to move something in priority, in other words, whatever's at the top here is going to be done first. So you don't want the laser to cut things out first before you cut the inner parts. You know, you want it held stable to be able to cut the inner parts. So what you do is just come over this area here, left click, hold down, and just push it up, and it swaps them over. So now whatever's listed at the top, the laser will cut first. Okay. So we've got a fill here, fill. That's not a fill. That is a line cut. So we want line. And we're going to double click. And line. We want 20. I'm going to push this up actually to 22 millimeters per second. It'll probably go a little bit more than that. Power, we're going to go to, I want to be sure of them being cut out, and I have noticed there's a few lamination voids, so I'm sort of keeping it up to 50% power. Now min and max. Now what you'll find with min and max when you're doing a cut, sometimes if you lower this down, it may not cut in the corners. So I'm actually going to run it at 50-50 to be sure the corners cut out, because there's lots of little corners in this project. Blowing because we're cutting. So that means it's high. With the Thunder Laser, that means it's in the set now for high pressure air for cutting. So I'm going to say that's good. Now this one, which is the cutout, the outside, this is going to be set up the same. So I'm going to go to 22 millimeters a second, 50 and 50. It's line cut, air assist, and we're going to click OK. So I'm going to send this now to, I'll switch the laser on and send this to the laser now, and we'll see what it makes of it. Okay, I thought I'd show you this. Now, at the moment the old file is in there, so to get it out of the controller, you press File, then you just use the arrow keys to come over, and you come down to Delete, and press Enter, and then it'll ask you to press Enter again, and it's done. Okay, so I'm now going to send the new one in. And there it is. So now we will set the laser head up datum point for the laser head, and we will cut it. Okay, so I've just set up my piece of work. I've got a couple of magnets just holding the back lip down because it was just slightly bowed. It's when you're doing something complex like this, and this is fairly complex with these finger joints, you need it to be absolutely flat. Now it's already focused. Don't have to worry about that. I've set the datum there, so I'm just going to run a frame round. Okay, so I'm going to cut it right there. So I'll close the lid down and I'll get you the best camera angle I can to cut this out. So here we go. Okay, so let's send the head back home. Take these magnets off. They're pretty obvious. They cut out. A perfect and very useful little finger joint tray. Very handy little object that is. So now we've made a start with finger joint boxes, or useful items that are made using finger joints. We're going to take it quite a number of steps a lot further. We're going to combine some cutting art in with finger joints or finger joint boxes and LEDs, and we are going to make a very ornate lantern or lit ornament, which seem to go down quite well these days. So I hope you join me for the next Thunder Laser video, and if you've enjoyed this one, please press like, subscribe to the channel, and if you really like what I'm doing, you could become a patron to the channel. Patron information is below the video in the video description area. So thank you for joining me, and pop back in again. Bye for now.